Hello, everyone. Um, let's go ahead and jump into this one. Where you are at right now is because of some kind of forward action you took, right? Eight of Wands, fast moving communication, but also about adaptation, movement in general, right? So some type of action you took, some way you've been adapting in your life. Yeah, it could even be as general as that, right? The way you're adapting to your circumstances, right? You'll probably know what this is. You will probably know what this is. How you're showing up, or what action you took, or like what this energy is, you will know what it is for you, right? But this is leading to, inevitably, the Lover's card, which could be, yeah, it's about love. All right. Yeah. About two people as individuals coming together, right? I'd say here, how you're adapting, how you're moving is very, it is very, I lost my train of thought there so hard. I apologize. Okay. Yes. How you are adapting and moving in your life is leading to this, right? The Lover's card for me is two individuals coming together and, despite their differences, making things work, right? I don't really like the two halves of a whole kind of thing. I think it can be very toxic. It's romantic thought, but I think it can become very toxic very fast. When you don't realize that you are both individuals who have your own lives and who have their own strengths and weaknesses and things that they bring to the table and things that they take away from it, right? So what people want in love is different, right? What you want in love is different from what I want in love. Regardless, what you want in love as an individual is coming in, right? Whatever that is. I would say a very this is good, though. Like, this is good. You're not calling in something toxic. Like, this doesn't feel like a karmic kind of thing where, like, there's a huge lesson to be learned here. Or, I think you're moving a little bit different than you usually do. You might have this person in your life already, right? You might already know them and be talking to them, right? And you're having to move a little bit different than you usually do. I would say you're having to be a little bit more understanding, right? You're having to be a little bit more available. You're having to be a little bit more level-headed and vulnerable, right? Yeah. With the Moon card kind of in the best possible outcome. The Moon card can be about illusions, can be about emotions. I mean, I would say it speaks the loudest to me here, definitely as a more emotional energy, right? Kind of the depth, and I think what's really interesting with this card is this kind of like lawn road that has these like two guards on it, right? There's this long road ahead, and you're just kind of on it, right? And you're looking. You see the whole path ahead of you, and I would say you're choosing to do it anyway, right? And I think hold on. Okay, we're back here. With, I don't remember exactly where I was. I apologize. There were 3 cards that came out and one needs to be cut out, right? 3 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the World. What that says to me, right, is you're having, I especially with the Queen of Cups here too, you're having to give up this very strict idea of what give and take looks like, of what a balance, like this idea that it has to be balanced right now for it to work out, right? Now, very much use your sermon here, okay? Because I've been in a lot of situations where I was very hopeful and I gave to situations that never gave back to me. I gave parts of myself away, and from a very hopeful energy of they're having a tough time, let me help them out, right? That doesn't quite feel like what this is, although it may be a part of it, right? You may know that this person, or maybe when they come into your life, they're not in a perfect time, right? I would think probably not too with the moon card out here, right? I think there is some amount of like darkness, right? Some shadow kind of surrounding this, but it's not bad, right? It's just making you move different than you normally would, or it's asking you to move different than you normally would, right? Which may be a good thing. I would say giving up this idea that like you can only give to a completely balanced situation, or even the view of what a balanced situation is, right? What's interesting too is this card is very, the 3 of Wands is very like an inevitable progress. Your dreams are just off the shore, kind of thing. So it's kind of the opposite of what I just said. And then with the World, right? I'll get back to that. With the World, in that position to cut out, you've already finished the cycle, right? You're not going back into an old cycle. It's not your past. It's not what things used to be like, right? And that's probably why you have some of these fears, right? That's probably why you have some of these fears, that like you can only give to a balanced situation, that It's dangerous to look forward to a future with someone, right? That's probably why you have some of those fears, right? Because it was dangerous at one time. That's probably why I shared that story. That's probably why I wanted to talk about that and say use your discernment, because you've probably been through something like that before, right? The thing is, you're not being asked to move forward with blind trust, right? You're not being asked to give yourself away. You're not being asked to, right? You're just being asked to not run away. You're just being asked to not run away. You're being asked to act in a way that honors your emotions, honors their emotions, right? Honors where you're at, right? Honors the right now, okay? And adapting and moving in a way that is comfortable for you, right? That is comfortable for you. You're both individuals in this situation who deserve to feel happy and safe and healthy, right? This person who's going through a tough time should be able to help themselves. They should. It doesn't mean they have to do it alone, but they should be able to, right? You should be able to do the same, right? Because this can't be an easy situation for you either, right? You should both be able to do it yourselves, and if you decide to do it together, then you'll do it together, right? And you'll both bring what you have to the table and figure out what to do. Yeah, you're not being asked to give everything to the situation. You're not being asked to give yourself up and, you've already been through that. You've already done that. This is a situation that's safe, but I think you're learning how important it is. Oh, I need to sit up so that blocks that light. You're learning that you can't deny yourself, right? You can't deny yourself in a situation. That you are part of the equation, and you can't give and give and give with the hope of receiving something in return, right? If you want to give because you want to give, right? That's one thing, right? If you have the energy and you're feeling good and you're like, hey, I want to do something sweet for this person, right? I want to reach out and talk to this person. I want to lift them up a little bit. That's completely fine. And that's what this energy is all about, right? The Queen of Cups. If the thing is, like, giving from a place where you don't lose anything, right? Giving from a, like, overflowing cup. Giving from just this space of, like, I like this person, I love this person, I want them to feel good. I want to make them smile. I want to, like, whatever that feeling is that prompts you to want to give to this person, right? Make sure you're not doing it from a place of looking into the future, right? If I do this, maybe this will happen, and then that, and right. Don't make it into a chess game. Don't make it into a chess game. Just do what you want to do. Love how you want to love. Give how you want to give, right? Just be yourself, right? You're being asked to, like, move into a little bit of a different energy, but it's still you, right? It's still you. It's just a different part of you that maybe you haven't gotten to use very often. You haven't been able to use very often. But this is good. This is a good thing. I'm gonna leave this one here. I hope it helped you. See you in the next one.